If your spirit's up, speak life to you is what they really do. When you dream chasing the support system's needed too. Ones that help you see it through. Remember who you do it for, not the accolades.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How's everyone doing?
Good.
All right, good. My name is Carla Stokes. I am with HMG Consultants. I am a life coach, and I recruit volunteers to work with individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. That's my day job. This is my side hustle. Everybody got a side hustle? Everybody? You know, you might want to get one. It's 2019, about to be 2020. Everybody needs a side hustle. So I want to thank you all for coming to my workshop, and I am going to get out the way. Entitled, I'm Over You. What did y'all think when y'all saw this workshop? Moving on. Some things that you're going to get over. I want to make sure I'm not out of camera range. I'm also a Toastmaster, and I'm shooting this so that I can get my distinguished Toastmaster certification. So you see me just walking around, just checking. That's one of the things I'm doing. If you're interested in understanding what Toastmasters is, it's a great opportunity for your career development and interacting with other people. Sidebar. What else? Think about when you read I'm Over You. Sick and tired of being sick and tired. Relationships, we gonna touch on that. Different things that you're afraid of. Job, yeah, we gonna touch a little bit on that. Relationships, what else? I'm sorry. Okay, great. So, with this, we're going to talk about some different things, some of the major areas that people have fear in, that's keeping them from doing the things that they need to do. Now remember, your fear may not be as intense as someone else's, but there's still some issues that may be developing within, and you definitely want to get those things taken care of. Everyone has something that they're afraid of. Who got something they're afraid of right now? Yeah, you don't have to tell me you're intimidated. In order for you to get on the other side of that, you have to start making some steps and start moving forward, okay? Well, saying this, I'm learning this Instagram situation. Y'all know I'm over 25. So if something resonates with you today, snap a picture of the screen, hashtag I'm Over You, and hit it on Instagram. And then I'll catch it. My Instagram information will be at the end of the session. Internal and learned struggles that keep us in fear. How many of you are breaking generational curses right now? Tell me about yours all the way in the back. What generational curse are you breaking? Yes.
I'm the first generation college student.
Give her a hand. Give her a hand. Any other first generational college students in here? I was one also. Any other generational curses? Yes, ma'am.
I'm not going to jail.
Not going, all right, everybody's go. Oh, come on, girl. Come on, hello. Listen. I mean, this is a true story. No names have been changed to protect the ignorant. It was my graduation, and my cousin was getting out of jail. Who do you think got the party? My cousin. They did not come to my graduation because they gave my cousin a party because he was just getting out of jail, for which he went back to jail. And I went back to college. So yes, generational curses of jail is definitely one of those things. Victim mentality. Oh, woe is me. See, my mama and them, and my daddy and them, and my auntie and my cousin sat twice removed 3 times by my nephew. That's why I can't do what the things that I need to do. Really? Even though Harriet Tubman, Martin Luther King, Barack Obama overcame. That's one of the things, and people don't even think that they have a victim mentality because they're so used to it, and everybody around them got one. Everybody got one. But they don't realize it's a victim mentality because in today's society, it's okay to have a problem, right? It's okay. You can have a problem. There's a pill for that. There's a pill for that. Oh, we can help you out. There's something for that. Oh no, you should not have to be strong, sister, brother. But what happens when your woe is me and your victim mentality is keeping you paralyzed in that same situation? What happens? You can't get nothing done. You're sitting up here spinning around in a circle 10, 20, 30 years later. How many know some folks that still talking about when I get myself together? The reason why I can't cause the man keeping me down. I would get it together, but I can't stay out of jail. Victim mentality. Yeah. So y'all know I like Kevin Hart, right? See the way my problems are set up, I can't get. And then I would do that, but see, every time I try to, something happens. You're defending your problems. And the reason why you can't go is because you keep saying, oh, every time I try, my problem jumps in. My mama say, then I lose my job, and then every time you have getting ready to take a step, how many, and if you're not spiritual, close to ears, how many know the devil's standing right there waiting? They're standing right there waiting. You finna do what? No, you ain't! Right there waiting, and instead of you, get out the way, I got something to do, you step back and you defend it. You're like, yeah, I probably should have done that because I had fear. And if the Lord really want me to do this, I won't be afraid to do it. So I'm not supposed to be doing this. So I'm going to go and sit back down at my Burger King job. Not that there's anything wrong with Burger King jobs. And yeah, I'll be 36 next year. And next year got me a fries. And that's pronounced like-stitute, like prostitute. Everybody has to like me. Everybody has to like me. Some people want to be liked so much that they would do some of the most craziest things ever. And if they don't get likes, they can't go forward. And if they can't go forward, they can't get out this rut. Because somewhere back in their traumatic childhood, somebody didn't like them at one point. And I think it's, and let me tell you, right hand of God, this is my right hand, yes, right hand of God. I'm so glad I did all my sinning before social media. Okay? Because I don't think I would have made it out when somebody didn't like me. I don't think I could have got through. Every time I post a picture, I'm running to check and see, oh, how many likes did I get? And if you don't get enough likes, oh, nobody likes me. I can't believe it. Y'all hate me. And then there's this emotional turmoil because you need to be liked when you already liked. Liked by yourself, liked by your friends, your family. You may not be liked every day, but you still are liked. Where are my super women at? Take the cape off, baby. Take the cape off because it gets caught in the propeller when you're flying. We can't do it all. We cannot. Anybody have a story of them trying to do it all and then just realizing I can't do all of this? Anybody want to share? Come on, sister, share it out. Share it out.
Oh, I didn't know I had to share it.
I said share.
I was like, I raised my hand before they did. I always say like when like Lindy makes her being, she's like, I feel like I can do it all by myself, but I know that I really can't like set up by myself. So.
Right, you can't.
Okay.
I cannot change the oil and the tire and work on the engine at the same time. I can do one of them, but I can't do all of them. And for me, I have a small business. I'm trying to do everything. My master's degree is in interactive multimedia for workforce education. So I did multimedia design. I did all of that stuff. So my first thought, oh, I can do all this. I left the field, came back in, and in that leaving the field, social media popped up. And I'm calling my daughter, now how I get one of these filters on this Instagram? Because that's not my strength. So what I did, I got on Fiverr.com, hired me somebody who that is their strength, and that's what they do. So now when I need something, I hire somebody because I can't do it. And only a few dollars, because that's probably, until I blow up Oprah style, that's all I got, is a few dollars. We go talk about relationships and staying in jobs and stuff too long. Some of y'all, not y'all. Some of y'all. What happens when you are in a job or relationship past its expiration date? Yes, sister.
You get burnt out, your self-care just deteriorates, and then you just be about to pass out every day, and that's not good.
It's not. That's not good for you. When you walk in the house, and this, I truly stole this from another comedian. When you walk into the house, oh my God, you're here breathing again. God, you're breathing? Really? Do you have to breathe? Because you're tired. You're done. It's over. When you look at them and they're just saying like, oh, you look great today. You always be trying to say something to somebody. And they looking like, well, why I just complimented you? Because you're tired. How many of you have outgrown some people and you just like, oh, we're going to be together forever? And then a couple of years later, you done got your degree. You know you bad body in your field. And then they still talking about, yeah, you know, I'm about to go ahead and start school and get this counseling degree. You said that 2 years ago. But you know, babe, you know, I had to get some stuff together. What? You're still on the couch smoking pot and playing Fortnite. What are you trying to get together? It used to be Madden. You know, you used to be Madden, now it's Fortnite. But you have gone, whoa, hey, I'm out. What happened? Oh, hey, here, we're back. Jobs. When you've been in the job too long, when you just walk in to work.
Hey, Eric.
Ah! Go say it again, sister. Say it again. Hate it! Supervisor come in. Hey, did you have a good weekend? I didn't think about this job one time. Not at all. You get tired. Is that good for your health? No. It is not good for your health. It's not good for your psyche. And it's not good for your future. These are fears that we're standing in. Where my Greeks at? Nobody, professor? Excuses are tools of the incompetent that build bridges that lead to nowhere. How many of y'all know somebody got an excuse for everything, every time they got to do something? Girl, let's go do, no, you know, I can't because, you know, I got this job interview set up for you. Can you, oh, girl, no, Pookie them, the Ray now.
Needs to go to the store.
Got an excuse, because if they didn't have an excuse, that means there's nothing keeping them from the other side of fear. And if they get on the other side of fear, that means they're going to have to face something they may not be ready to face. Themselves. And the fact that all that they built over on this side is illusion. Where my unspiritual people at? Said no one ever. And when it says unspiritual, it doesn't mean like, oh, you're a holy roller. Oh. Every time you turn around, you're hitting somebody with the Bible. Whatever your higher power is, people can make you feel like you're not it. You can make you feel like, oh, you ain't doing nothing. If you are spiritual and you trying to get money, oh, you are sinning, that's against God. Last I checked, didn't he say he had cattle on 1,000 hills? So that means he got some cheddar, right? He got a little money, a couple of coins. Why would you serve someone that keeps you in poverty? So if you are being spiritual and your gift is to gab and talk and spread the joy, and you spreading the joy, and somebody gonna give you some coins for your joy spreading, you not gonna take them? Who not gonna take the money? I didn't think so. Are you gonna be upset like, hey, listen, I only need $1,000. Oh, well, we was gonna give you 20. Who gonna turn down the other 19? I didn't think so. You can do this and still be spiritual. I like this, my favorite. Anybody know anybody that sabotage their own success? And what I found out was this is a disorder. It's a self-depreciating disorder where you just, I can't do it. I can't. It's not going to work. I have problems. You got the interview tomorrow, and you get up, and what's the first thing you do? You find something wrong, and then you go. You can't do it. I'm not going to make it. It's not. I can't. You just keep sabotaging yourself. These were some of the issues. So now let's talk about some strategies and some points. These are some tips to help you get on the other side of fear. Who's in control? No, Jenny Jackson. Come on now, y'all. You are in control. If you want to go further, only you can get you there. If you want to do more, only you can get you there. Now you can set up the plan and get people to help and do all the stuff, all that type of thing, but you have to be the one to make that decision. You have to decide, I'm going to do this. Every day you wake up, you say, I'm going to do this. Now, are you going to be successful 100% of the time? No. But if you continue forward in your forward motion, you will be further along every day than you were the day before. Your biggest enemy is yourself. And I know you hear this all the time, like, but it's true. You are your best friend and your worst enemy. Because you know what you are truly capable of doing, and you know what you really, 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 really want to do. And if your enemy, that's inner me, gets a hold to that, and you're just not really like 100% there or motivated, it will knock you off your case. You can't do nothing. Okay, we done, it's over. You have to hug that enemy that's inside of you and say, listen, we got to do this. We'll fall out and cuddle up and be in a ball in the fetal position when we get home, but we are going to stand and we're going to make this step. And once everything fall in, you'll be like, oh, the enemy is happy, let's get going. You can't drift into success. You have to have a plan. You have to have some direction. You have to be steering the boat. Some people's biggest problems as to why they don't want to steer the boat is they don't want to take responsibility. How many know you have to be responsible to drift into success? You just can't just like, I'm just going to get in the water and let the boat take me wherever I go, and that's where I say I'm going to be. That's not what you want. How many of you know definitively what you want to do when you graduate? Are you just going to just throw it out there to the wind and just like, let's go? Or are you making plans and steps, and you got a to-do plan and a backup plan and a backup plan just in case that doesn't happen? You need that. In order for you to get beyond whatever it is that's broken about it, this is what you need. You have to have a plan, and you can stick to it, and you also can make sure you are flexible to adjust in the event of what happened to me. I got my master's degree in my program 1 year. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna be making crazy money. This is gonna be amazing. I started the next semester, my program was no longer a program. Now, they didn't let me get my student loan money back. I still had to finish what they crippled together as a program, because what happened, where I was going to school was the only school in the country that you can get a master's degree in the newest field of interactive multimedia. That is the foundation to all this social media, all of this stuff in the country. By the end of the first year, Pixar came and took our whole 3D modeling class. I was supposed to take that class the next semester. I was so upset. Took that whole class, started them out at $70,000 a year. One guy had just walked in the class and just sat down, and he was going to. The MIDI teacher, they came and said, we will build you a whole wing on the school, and took him. Our HTML teacher that taught us how to write code from scratch, they came and offered him a job in the newest field of cyber security. So now, there goes my whole plan. I started interviewing and falling back on some of the things that I did in school. And when I got through, I was able to utilize all the information that I had in every job that I had from that point. So all my multimedia skills, my desktop publishing, everything. And when I went to my interview, I sold that. Like, okay, I know we need that, but also, didn't you say I need to do some web work and some graphic design and this? And they also said, oh yeah, we need some of that. Oh, I can do that. That's included in what you get with me. So you have to be able to shift and make plans as needed. No, everybody say it after me. No.
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 That's what you need to start saying. People will hijack your time. They will look at you like, you ain't, oh, I see somebody be hijacking you, girl. You say. They will come, oh, you come on, girl, I just need, can you just, and you had plans, you had definitive plans, but that's your girl, like, oh, you just roll on over. You come back, next thing you know, all the stuff you need to do is gone. But you really needed to do that. But they just hijacked your day, and then once it's over and said and done with, they off on their la land, and you still like, I still got to do this, and it's 11 o'clock at night. What? Say no. And it's okay to say no. And if they question your no, rock back and kick your feet up and say, you didn't question my yes, so why are you questioning my no? If I said no, that's what I meant. So, and she said it again. Say it again, Crystal.
Period.
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 Period. Exclamation point. Quotation marks. No. Because that yes will have you walking around with a platter full of stuff that you got to do, of which this much is yours. And the rest of that is other people that have put stuff on your plate because you so good, you so nice, you always there for us. You can say no. We've arrived, hey, yay, we're at the journey of success. No, success is not a destination, it is a journey. You will continue to have success in every aspect of your life, and it may not be all at the same time. You may have to rotate, so you may have success in school, and you may have to struggle with your relationship. You'll be like, you have to make a decision. Am I going to be an A student, or I'm coming to school to get my MRS degree? And when I was going to school, I didn't even realize that was a plan. I was like, why is everybody getting married? They went for their MRS degree. I, like a dummy, went for my bachelor's. However, I still got my bachelor's. They don't have their degree because now they're divorced. You have to think about really what you're going in for. So understand that once you get there, you can't stop and be like, what? Woo, I'm done. I'm successful and it's going to be great. Nope. Because I'm pretty sure Oprah's not sitting up there just like, ooh, I done all of this. I can rest now. Where she at next? Times Square. Oprah in Times Square. She's like, I may not be doing this, but I'm definitely going to be doing something. And there's always going to be some form of success. Who don't like to be uncomfortable? It's too cold. It's too hot. I don't want to be uncomfortable. In order for you to get on the other side of fear, you are going to have to be uncomfortable. And let me tell you, and this is the real story. I'm telling you, I was talking to a sister this morning. I am trying to be grown. Okay? And when I say grown, I'm trying to do grown folk things. I had to make a decision. Am I just going to keep doing what I normally do, or I'm going to get somebody to help me? So I called in a stylist. Because your girl would just grab something out the closet. I'll be super suited and booted and roll out of here. And I'm like, well, that's not what they doing these days. I want to be comfortable. So a young lady came up and she hooked me up. What y'all think? Gonna look all right? Yeah. Let me tell you. Hey, listen. Now listen, I had to, she told me to do something that I was very uncomfortable with. She said, take off your stockings. No, I can't. No pantyhose? I gotta go barehead? What? She said, take off the stockings. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I was just like, I don't know if I should pay her. I did it though. As soon as I stepped out the door, I saw 20 women with no stockings on. And I was like, oh, okay. So now I'm okay. Because, you know, my generation, baby, you don't leave out the house without something on them legs.
Oh my God.
And this is the second one. I'm so psychotic about wearing a slip. I know some of y'all don't know what that is. I wore a slip on the skirt that already had a slip on. Because I know, right? So because I just had to, because I was so afraid that somebody, and this is the test, you spread your legs and look, and if you can see through it, then you need a slip. Well, I was looking at the bottom and didn't realize I had on, it came built in with a slip. And so at that point I realized I might need to do some other stuff. I might need to do some other stuff. But it did take me out of my comfort zone. So now I'm okay with being uncomfortable, because uncomfortable stretches you. If you are uncomfortable and you're not being stretched, then you are really not uncomfortable. You have to be stretched. How many of you heard that poem about playing small and it benefits no one? When you, and that playing small kind of goes with that always saying yes even when you want to say no, because you are amazing. Say it after me. You are amazing. And if you are playing small, then you can't be amazing. You can't be big amazing. You be like you're whispering this. But you're amazing. And when you play small, you are denying the people that you were sent here to help. You have people that is on your plan, whether you know it or not, that you are helping. How many of you have done something, didn't realize that somebody else was looking, and you got a anonymous or behind the scenes thank you, or I would have never done that had I not seen you doing it, or something to that effect? How many? And when you get that, it just, you like, it's again a reminder that people are watching you. You may not think you're doing anything, you may not think you're, oh, I'm not making a difference, but you are creating ripples in the lives of the people that you're sent here to adjust, assign, fix, regulate. And you may never see that, but that effect is going to happen. And if you are playing small, you're going to leave a little ripple, whereas you were supposed to go in and make a splash that's going to cause a tsunami on 4 coasts over. Don't play small. Why be you when you can be new? Be you. Be the best you that you can be. You always hear about these celebrities reinventing themselves, and then when it's all said and done, they don't know who they are, we don't know who they are. I think for me was when I seen old Beyonce, and then I saw new Beyonce, and I didn't even know who she was, and then that's when someone told me, like, that's Beyonce. I'm just like, that. I had to put them together, like, oh, she doesn't have a lot of work done. But she talked about, she got herself together. But if you're going to be reinventing yourself with the good stuff. Don't reinvent yourself and then it's bad and you can't remember and then you got to scrap all of it and start all over again. You have to be the best you that you can be, because there can be nobody else that can be you. Only you can be you. And if somebody else tries to be you, they are an imposter and they will come out in the wash. Speak life to yourself. Promote yourself when no one else would. Even if someone else, you have to be your loudest cheerleader. How many of you are thinking about writing a book ever in your life? You have the aspirations. I just sent my first draft to my editor, and the title of my book is called Kick Fear in the Face. In my head, this book is going to be amazing. And I'm telling you, like, it's going to be amazing, it's going to be amazing. Because I'm speaking amazing into this book. I have a friend that wrote a book, and she didn't tell nobody. We found out because it just happened to be on her table when we went to her house. We're like, what did you write about? Yeah, well, you know, it wasn't. We started getting her to speak about it, sent it out. She started getting publicity, getting on local radio stations, put it on Amazon, Kindle Publishing. You have to speak life. When I go to sleep, I think about this book is going to do this and this and this. And when I wake up, I thank the Lord and say this book is going to do this and this and this. You got a job interview. You are up against 100 other people. You told yourself that's your job. When you walk in there, your persona says, this is my job. Because you have spoken it into existence. You have filled it out. You have created a body that you have said, this is what I want. And it happens. There's so many religions and spiritualities that says if you speak it, you will make it exist. Continue to speak it, promote yourself, and make sure it happens. When you are promoting yourself, are you afraid? I am. So I'm like, what if they think I'm just like overhyping the situation? But I'm not going to stop. I'm going to still keep hyping the situation. I'm still going to keep doing it. Now when I go home, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it. But out here, I'm just like, hey! How many have ever written a letter to themselves? Past or present? Which one did you write? Past, present, or future?
Future.
Future. Anyone else? Which one? Past, present, or future? Past. In the back. Future. Past. Okay. We have an exercise. You can do it. You're going to write a letter to your future self. And in this future self letter, and I'm going to give you a link to get a form where you can write that out. In this letter, you are going to tell yourself, congratulations for one thing that you're going to pick and say that you are definitively going to overcome at this conference. Now you see I put a limitation on it. At this conference. The letter that you're going to write to yourself is going to be dressed 3 months out. So in 3 months, you should be looking at this letter and saying, I actually did this. Okay? So I'm going to give you the link to that. But before we do that, we have an exercise. You are going to look at some areas that have impacted your life. And talk about how you've overcome it. And then just kind of report out real quick. We got how many minutes? I look like 10 minutes? All right. So we're going to take 5 minutes to do that. So just kind of get together, however you want to group it out, and talk about it. What are these 5? Either it could happen to you personally, someone you know. Pick one of the 5 and talk about how it has impacted your life and what you did to change it. And as soon as it hits the 15, go.
So what I did to change every month, Congratulations. They don't know how to turn it.
Okay. Is there anyone that would like to share? Anyone like to share their story? No adventure seekers? Fear of success is one of the things. All right, we got some shares? Oh, 2 minutes? Okay. Yes. I did.
Yeah, mine kind of entices like fear of failing, also fear of success. I've like multiple occasions in the past, I don't know, year, I've had like interviews or like certain opportunities that have been like at my disposal, and I'll be this close to getting them, and then like you said earlier, I'd sabotage myself. I get like this physical feeling where like, you know, I shouldn't go to that job interview, or maybe like, I don't know, I just get that feeling in my stomach, just like, I don't know if I want to go, you know? I don't know if it's the like the fear of not getting it or what to do after I do get it, but I haven't changed it yet, but I'm currently in the process of working on it and like, you know, further evaluating myself and having the confidence in myself to actually go through with these tremendous blessings that might be at hand to me. So, yeah.
All right. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
The fear of failing, I think when you're a first generation, you always have that chip on your shoulder, like, man, I kind of want to give up, but then it's like, no, I can't give up because no one else did it. So it's like that internal battle with, you can't fail because you want to make your family proud, but then it's like you're still struggling yourself too, so it's just
Right. Yes, ma'am.
Self-doubt. Like for me personally, I always tell myself I'm not good enough to attain something. When the reality is like we're all doing something that we thought we'd never do, and we keep doing it and we keep doing it. So just learning how to kind of demote that experience and bringing yourself to a higher position, knowing that you are made for what you're doing.
Yes, yes, definitely. Someone else? Yes, ma'am.
For the playing small, I think that I used to play the background in a lot of the organizations I was a part of because I didn't feel like people would respect me. But after like looking into myself, I figured out like I didn't really respect me. So after learning how to do that, I learned how to assert myself and demand the respect that I wanted, and like just how to boss up in general.
Great. That's a hand clap. Because she said something very important. And she said she realized by her playing small, it wasn't that they didn't respect her, she didn't respect herself. But once you start stepping up and respecting yourself, folks are going to have to do one of two things. They're going to have to respect you, or they're going to have to break camp. And if they say, oh no, how you go? Then it's time for you to go. Because that means that you like me playing small. You like me being little. And ladies, these are relationships that we get in. Because he the big man on campus. And you like, oh he. But then, he not the big man on campus no more. He just Bob Slob in a 9 to 5. And you ball and shot calling. You know, you entrepreneur of the year. You know, you alumni of the year. You doing what you do. You go home, and he still want to be the big man on campus. But he ain't big man in nothing on this campus because you doing it. But you have played small for him for so long, he can't see you as anything but that. So when you respect yourself and say, well, you know, I can get a pillow to sleep right next to me. Brothers, I can get a pillow to hug up on. Period. Period. Listen, I'm hashtagging period today. I'm hashtagging period today. Okay? Anybody else? You got a couple more minutes. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am.
I guess fear of failing. I'm an education major, and I'm the only one in my family that's an education major.
Oh.
And growing up, I had 6 siblings, and I probably the one that struggles the most in school because it takes me a long time to process things. So, in high school, I had a teacher tell me that I wouldn't make it past graduation of high school.
To the face.
So then it's just like that constant reminder of like, oh, or teachers don't think you're gonna make it, and I made it this far, but I always battle with like, oh, you're not going to make it to this point, or you're not going to be able to pass the test or continue in your major. And just the fear of like, once I get out to the field of like, not really teaching the future scholars that I have what they need to learn, not just within the classroom, but how to interact with people outside of the classroom and how to just build them up and know that they are important people and their voices need to be heard. So.
Right. And here's the thing. You already understand those individuals. So when they come to you like, you don't understand my pain, and you sit them down and say, not only do I understand your pain, I was you. I was that student that took a long time. So I'm not coming at you telling you, oh, you better do it. I'm coming at you telling you, you can do it. And you can, you will, and you must. We have to be able to remind people, I wasn't hatched, I was birthed, and I was a baby when I was born. I didn't come out this grown. I didn't come out with this brain, though I wish I did. I grew up just like you. I struggled just like you. Because people forget, all they see is your success, they think you became an overnight success. Like you just woke up one day and you're like, huh. But they forget about all those years of struggling, K through 12, of you, like, it takes me a long time to process. This is what I gotta do. They forget about that. They just see you as who you are right now, okay? One more before we go, before we get to our last exercise with the link. We good? So here's the link. If you go here, you will find a form so that you can write a letter to your future self. and it gives you all the parameters and fill in and different things. You can fill it out, you can send it to yourself, or you can fill it out and you can send it to me. Tell me when you want me to send it back to you, and I will send it back to you. And when I send it back to you, I'm gonna send you some positive affirmations, you know, some like, hey, it was great meeting you at the Big 12 Conference on Black Student Government. And when you get it back, it's gonna have that, once again, another feel good to remind you that you're awesome. And it's a great opportunity. I have some clients that did this. One client, it took her a week to just figure out what she wanted to talk about, because she had been so battered in her mind that she did not see herself having a future. She did not see herself having anything beyond the next few days. Not that she was suicidal or anything, but because she was never able to plan in that far in the future. She planned 5 years in the future, and that she would have a nonprofit organization in her future, and then immediately started working towards that. So the parameters again, what you're going to overcome at this Big 12 conference, what you're going to accomplish, and in the next 3 months, okay? Any questions from, any Q&A, anything before we get out? Thank you. I think it's about time for y'all to head to your next session. Woo!